Faroe Field, named for the father of the split T, where the Missouri Tiger fans are hoping that they put together a big W. A top 25 showdown coming up. Two of college football's premier teams preparing to duke it out right here on this field. As we'll see a team coming off a crucial bye week, the Minnesota Golden Gophers, taking on the winners of 3 straight, the Missouri Tigers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. Missouri ready to kick off to get us underway. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. This crowd trying to show them what it's going to be like all day in this house. They'll run it from the gun. Picks up a useful 5-yard chunk out to the 30-yard line. SEC versus the Big Ten. They compete at everything. They try to outspend each other, and they certainly want to beat each other on the field.
So many national championships, so many Heisman Trophy winners shared between these two conferences, David. Everybody gets excited when the Big Ten takes on the SEC.
And these games matter so much. The fans get so amped up, so juiced up, to the point where we hear in the stands what? SEC. SEC. They wouldn't say that if conference pride wasn't a real thing.
They'll throw it on first down. Caught behind the line. It's Hall. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-gain land. This is the kind of game, a top 25 matchup in the early season, that you look for when you're trying to build your resume.
Yeah, these are so fun because as a player you kind of get bored if you don't get challenged, but when you got an early season challenge like this, all the adrenaline, all the juice, Palmer, you're ready to rock and roll.
I love this. We've had this game circled for a long time because we learn a lot in these types of games. What are these teams about? Which conferences are better? You're going to get a lot of answers today.
Quick pass on the jet motion. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down.
I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, because of the timing, he was able to outflank the defense. That puts him out in space where he's able to use his speed. Nice job with the pre-snap motion and timing.
They'll see if they can find some running room on the right here. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going, handing the ball.
They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. Timeout called here by the defense. It's the first one they've used this half. This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. And the critical down and distances in this game, like that 3rd down right there, when it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You got to be able to make that play.
The Golden Gophers send out the punt unit. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep. They call it a coffin corner kick for a reason, and you really can't do it any better than that. He puts that thing out of bounds right around the goal line. First and 10 from inside their own 5. You got to take care of the ball, but there is room to take a shot here. Early movement on the offense, and they'll push it back 5 yards. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Here comes the offense on first down. They'll run the toss. And I think they'll mark him right at the line of scrimmage. Didn't help much with the breathing room, but on the upside, they avoided the safety.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
And here comes the offense on second down. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. Standing in his own end zone looking to throw. Fires and picked off.
Not the start this kid was looking for. Very first pass of the day gets picked off. This is a defense that's got a lot of ball hawks on the back end, and he's got to be real careful with his eyes, not telegraph throws like he did right there. He's going to have to settle in.
It's a reverse. Got some room headed to the goal line. And he's sprinting. He'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Minnesota! A quick strike, just as we expected.
Yeah, and quick strikes are easy when you got such great field position. Obviously, when the offense starts in such a good spot, puts the defense in a bad position, and the offense takes advantage.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, right back to your game after we update the nation on this one. Colorado steamrolled its way to victory today. They scored off turnovers, they scored on gadget plays, an all-around masterpiece that'll give the folks in Boulder a ton of confidence. It's one game, you don't want to react too much either way, but I think both teams will leave this one with some things to work on moving forward.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Mizzou has it back in the offense coming out on the field. After that last pick, David, they really need to take care of the ball this time.
No doubt. And Palmer, I want to know what Spurrier said to you on the sideline after a pick.
Afterburners coming. A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the first down.
This guy's gotten off to a good statistical start, guys. With that last completion, he's already now over 1,000 passing yards on the season, and man, you know he's looking for more.
They move the tight end all over. Toss sweep. Try to get it outside to the right. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on first down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
Got 6 on first down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. It's a draw. And they try the middle of this defense, and that is not happening.
Well, they try to go with draw. They didn't catch the defense blitzing, so it wasn't a great look anyway. But up front, they just got beat regardless. And that back, David, had nowhere to go.
He had nowhere to go, but those offensive linemen, you got to set and you got to invite those defensive linemen up the field and kind of push them by. And you could tell they didn't do that. They didn't create any holes. There was really nowhere for him to go. You got to give him that first little hole, and then maybe he can make a move. So the offensive line needs to do a better job.
So Missouri will have to punt it away. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. On the move, it's Robbins. Pretty solid coverage there, and they'll stop him at the 26. Minnesota has it back, and the Gopher offense is headed onto the field. Boy, David, they would love to stack another touchdown on top of that last drive.
And this offense did such a good job on the last drive. Everything in rhythm, moved the ball down the field, didn't make those mistakes, Jesse, and they need to do it again on this one.
Yeah, you're right. They had the defense on their heels. You wonder what sort of communication was going on that sideline, what sort of change